Okay, so let's talk about the learning design that I applied, and those five I actually applied them. We have the learning design, and we have some evidences like some pictures and everything that we're going to upload for also in the project. So I divided those five into the student's perspective and teacher's perspective. By the student perspective, and first. This is Git stuff was, as I mentioned, it's about how to manage your code, how to organize your code, try to avoid some conflict with a colleague, try to, and this was key, try to work in parallel with a colleague, which is called, for example, for pair programming or pair review. So you are working with him or with her in order to see what you can improve, because again, talking about my experience, I had some good experience and some bad experience really when someone wants to contribute something and the person who is reviewing this, that's the peer review, she has an ego bigger than this room. Then you have some issues. And I also tell them, okay, you will find this kind of person, because at the end this is work, they are not your friend, but you need to deal with it. You need to try to, you can do two things. You can just get angry and say, you're stupid, whatever, because I see a lot of things. Or you can just try to handle it, try to manage it. At the end, it's a bit of psychology, right? It's a bit of, okay, we need to learn how to manage difficult situations that you will face. Not everything, okay, I'm going to be a programmer because I'm working from home. That's nice, but depending on the work that you have, maybe you may find yourself by arguing with some person about your contribution, or maybe it's on the other way around. Maybe you need to review something from someone, and you find that there is not. There are really basic stuff that you are missing from that code. So now you need to communicate and to tell them, okay, look, I think I suggest you to do this. What if you just did you know about this? And then you suggest some resources for him or for her to improve it. But this my idea. This was about collaboration, about handling difficult situations. Because I also find some of the companies that I've been working. One of the questions that they ask usually is like, okay, what's the worst situation that you face in your work or with a colleague, and how did you manage it? So, and this was about that. And then I wrote some angry comments to them to see them how to react. You are whatever. Then some of them I said, okay, no, look, this is on purpose and this is because of this. Try to manage your frustration. So this is one. The other one was Symfony. This is more technical. This is more like for them to know about the concepts, the basic concept in programming. I choose Symfony, which is a very specific technology, but you can choose whatever. At the end, it's just to for them to acquire the technical part. The first one, the previous one, was the Git one was about their frustration, and this one was about their technical skills, of course. So in this case was directly try to substitute some learning resources from that we have here in Spain and try to apply this and see what happens if they learn in the same way. They are also interested in which way they are interested in, and actually was really nice. And it was only 3 hour workshop that I performed. Actually, I thought about okay, in this case it will be this topic or this the theme will be until this, and we reach much more because they were more interested in this topic and was success. You know, so for me was very nice. Angular is I don't want to because we are Angular is more or less the same but in front end. Okay, it's just to cover for you to see that we just try to. But again, we did a per reviews, okay, and everything. And this was interesting. They improved a lot, and they reached higher level, higher than the previous colleagues. I didn't do this experiment the year before, and the results were much better. And then we have this Scrum Sprint game. I already also talked about this a bit, and this was in order to organize them. One of the subjects that I performing here in CESUR is the final project. When they finish their studies, they need to present a final project, which is supposed to have every single subject in this project. Like, okay, this is a final project. I'm like your client or your customer, and you need to present me and other two, the jury, basically, other two colleagues, other two teachers. Those teachers, the good thing is like those teachers doesn't need to be technical. So maybe they are from, I don't know, biology, or they are from chemistry or whatever. So the idea here is not only say, okay, this is for them to present their project. And this is really hard to do because I'm going into really technical details. No, because they are people who are not really technical people. So you need to present your whole project as a actually product owner, which is, we call it product owner, or the person who can transmit the project to other person who are not actually technical. Okay, so this tool, when the first year that I was teaching, I didn't teach this final project in here in CESUR, but the second year, but I was one of the part of the jury, okay, and all of them, they were using like, okay, this is my Google Doc, okay, you have 80 pages you can read, and I'm going over slides like this, but it's not, you know, sometimes it's not it's difficult to know or to see the overview of a project. So what I did was try to introduce Scrum in their projects because it's a better way to organize the project. And the results were crazy. They were totally different. And actually, the two persons who, in my case, who was there, the jury, the other two colleagues, they were also impressed about the organization that they had, because usually the questions were the same. Like, okay, what would you say that is the hardest task that you performed, and what was the issue that you found? What do you have any future work plans for this project, or any task that you wanted to perform but you didn't have time enough to do it? So with this Scrum, it's like, okay, you have a Kanban board, for example, or you have Scrum or Agile, or what is Agile, let's say, Agile organization project. You may have a Kanban board with everything already defined, everything which is took I don't know, the double of the time that you estimated at the very beginning. So I did kind of work in this sense, and also, as I mentioned, to detect some who will like really to maybe who is more organized, to focus on project organization, or who is focused more on backend or frontend or whatever, and what's really interesting as well. And cybersecurity. Okay, this is also security. Yeah, again, We have some subjects in cybersecurity, but initial ones. It's not very big.